Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 89 of the series, and if you were with me for the last episode, you will recognize immediately where we are stood. We are currently stood on the veranda area of our home that we are reconstructing over here by the mob farm, by the sugarcane farm, and by our pagoda entrance / exit to our base. So if you weren't here for that episode, this is what we got so far. We're following a tutorial by the Mythical Sausage, and he is essentially teaching us how to build a nice Tudor themed house. So we aren't currently complete with it just yet. Of course, but at the end of last episode, I made a few changes, implemented a few different textures just to give things a bit of detail, a bit of extra texture, that sort of thing. I think today we are going to continue by working on the roof here. In the video, I believe Mythical Sausage goes to install some windows up in the roof, and that's probably the next step we're going to take. So without further ado, I'm going to crack the tutorial back on, and we are going to continue working here, and hopefully get this house done in today's episode. And if we make it in good time, we will also start to work on the interiors, which is where we are going to have a few chests and maybe some decorations, that sort of thing, just so that we can have a bit of storage area out on the surface. So let's get going. Alright you guys, so I've got the windows in the roof on one side here, as you can see. You may notice a bit of a discrepancy down here, but that is fine. That's because the chimney is going to eventually come up through there, so we don't actually need to bring the design down to this point here, whereas on this side, of course, we did. So I think this looks pretty damn cool. Of course, we need to replicate this on the other side as well, and I've started to remove the blocks required to do so. So let's pop over there and see if we can pull one together with you guys on camera. So I think we start out like this. And then we want to go ahead and bring in our glass. So we'll change that block out there, pop some glass in. Then we want to go one stair on this side, one stair on that side. You want to do an upside down stair here. And then a slab on top, I believe is correct. So let's do another one over here. So you want to go one log, glass. Pop up here, stair. Come to the other side, stair. Upside down stair, and then slab. So that's two done right there, and then of course we can continue over here. We are almost out of logs. We do have another stack, which is perfect. So up here, stair, turn around, stair, upside down stair, slab, and then we'll do the final one. You guys probably get the point by now, but we will do the final one. So we've got our two logs in, the glass. Then we want to go ahead and pop a stair in here, stair in there, do an upside down stair, and then a slab on top. And just to double check that that is correct, let's pull these stairs back out, get back to the other side, and just double check. Okay, yeah, so looking good. Alright, we're going to continue here with this build then, you guys. Of course, I'll be working on the other side, though, this side right here. And once I've got all the windows in place, maybe we'll come back and take another look, unless there's a step that's small and convenient to get done before we do that. So here we have it. The roof is, I think, complete. I haven't actually gone any further in the tutorial yet, because there's something we need to do very quickly, but by the looks of it, I'm not sure we'd be adding too much more detail. I mean, it looks pretty damn cool, actually. It is very nice design. So, of course, both sides are the same now. We've got the windows in the roof, but we don't have the materials required for the chimney, which, of course, is clay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves some cobblestone, and we're going all the way back to the basics. We're going to create ourselves two shovels, because, of course, my shovel is Silk Touch, which is no good. And we are going to head over to the river over here and just see what we can find in terms of clay. And of course, if we see any, we'll go ahead and dig it up. So I'm going to be over here harvesting some clay. And I guess I'll bring you guys back in once we've got enough to get that chimney complete. And we've already found our first bit, which is good. Okay, you guys, so we managed to get 3 stacks and 16 pieces of this clay here. So we're just going to divide it up and pop it into the system here to be smelted. And then once that's complete, we'll come back and hopefully we'll have enough enough bricks to get the job done. Time to see how many bricks we have in total then. So let's craft these up. You know, by the looks of it already, I don't think this is going to be enough. So we've got 52 bricks in total. As I say, probably not going to be enough, but we will go ahead and utilize as many as possible. And if we need to collect some more clay, then so be it. We could also possibly think about mixing in some nether brick. That might be an idea, you know, just to dilute the brick supply a little bit so that we don't have to use as many bricks and we don't have to go hunting for as much clay. But I'll see how that turns out, because the bright red of the nether bricks is obviously quite a contrast to these bricks. So maybe it won't look so good, but obviously we'll do a few tests and just see what happens. Okay, good news, guys. In the tutorial, the mythical sausage actually implements a bit of granite and polished granite in his build, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. That might allow us to spare a few of these bricks for the very top of the chimney, which will be good. We'll also go ahead and implement some on the inside as well. I think that makes sense, right? Because, of course, the inside of the chimney shouldn't be too much different from the outside, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. And also, it will allow us to as I say, spare a few bricks for the top, which is where we need them at the moment. So we'll go ahead and just pull out a few inside here like that. And then we'll just throw in the polished granite like that. Get a bit of the regular granite in. And then in the tutorial, as he goes further up the chimney, he tends to use less of the other textures. So if we just come up here a little bit, we can just throw a few more in here and there. So if we just pop in one more and then another polished up there, and then we'll do the same on the outside as well. And then we can get onto the roof itself and fix the top of the chimney. So let's get around the side of the build here. There we go. And then we can progress a little bit further up towards the top. So where are we? We're here. So let's go ahead and do that then, and we'll pop one right up. Oh, well, no, we'll do that one when we get onto the roof. So we'll go polish there and then regular there. And then we'll fly up onto the roof, as I said, and we will go ahead and implement a bit of this design work up there as well. And I think it works well, actually. The andesite. I want to say andesite because that's the block we usually use. But the granite textures actually work very well with the brick. They're a very soft red, just like the brick. So I think it works well. I don't know where that brick went, but I'll get it back in a second, hopefully. We probably want to come up here, right? So let's replace that stair with some oak. There we go. Give me my pickaxe back, thank you. And then we'll go over polished in there. We'll go over polished down there as well. We'll get a regular granite in there. We'll come around the other side and take a look as well. Did I drop that brick or did I catch it? I really don't know. And then we'll get one in there as well, I think. And we'll just go regular there. And then we'll use the rest of the bricks that we've saved from that process to start pillaring up again. Here we go. And we want to reach the tip of the roof. Okay, we're not going to reach the tip of the roof. We might have to go hunting for a bit more clay then. Yeah, actually, you know what? We will go hunting for a bit more clay, and then I'll be right back to finish this off. You know what, guys? I just went ahead and took the initiative on this part of the build. So, I figured that why not just blend in these textures all the way through the chimney. I think it looks fine like that. I quite like it, actually. And also it saves us some bricks, which is not a rare material, but it's a very difficult to come by material because, of course, you have to go and mine the clay. You have to turn it into bricks. You don't really get that many for how much clay you smelt. Of course, in the 1.14 update, there is going to be a way to actually make an automatic clay farm based on village raids, which will be nice. Maybe something we can think about building, but obviously at the moment there's no real way to generate clay in a sustainable way, so we're going to leave it at that, I think. And of course we've got this nice little topper on the very, very tip of the chimney now, and I just completely misplaced my landing there, so let's try again so that you guys can get a good view. So let's get right on the ridge of the roof. There we go. And as you can see, we used a few plant pots up there and some walls. Again, this was part of the design. Very nice feature. And I think we're coming to a close almost. So I'm going to watch the rest of the video and just work out if there's any other details we need to add. If not, we can go ahead and start working on the interior of the build, I guess. Alright, you guys. So we are about to add the finishing touches on the external of our house here. So, oops, we don't want that. We want a door. And we are then done. So I have to say I'm glad. Although that was a nice tutorial, it was very long. See, it's about a 30-minute video, and of course when you're skipping back and forth between the video and the build, it can take an awfully long time to get done. So we added in this little back sort of garden area outside of the home, and you can't access this from outside. You have to actually come from inside of the house. So that's the only door that gets you out there. And as a matter of fact, we've placed that door the wrong way. We want it to be, oh no, we want it to be that way. There we go. And this one is placed the right way, I guess. Yep, that one's fine. And aside from that, we added a few more details. So if we take a look at some of the windows, we got these plant pots up there. So if I take a bit of light, we could probably have a better look at those. As you can see, we've just got a few plants in there. We've done this on a few of the windows. So we've got one there, one there. If we come around this side, we've got a couple there and one more there. And I think that's it for the plants. But that's it, basically, guys. So I think from now on, we can begin to work on the interior of this place, which could be a challenge in itself. Of course, don't expect too much before we begin here, because mainly the purpose of this house is to store items, so that when we're doing builds outdoors, we have quick access to materials and such. So don't really expect too much detail in here. We're not going to be going overboard. And of course the ceiling area is a bit of a mess as well, so we might have to go and clean that up. But I will get to work. We're going to decide a few areas where we can go ahead and put some chests in, as well as a second floor probably, and then I'll bring you guys back in to check that out. So we've got ourselves our very first chest area here. Of course, subject to change at the moment. One thing I don't really like is the fact that we've got all these mixture of textures behind the chests. So maybe we can make a bit of a change to this, just to I don't know, just to make it a little bit different, so that we can have it fit our desires rather than whatever it's going to fit regardless. We also need to work out where we're going to put the floor, and I think I already know, but we're just going to test it out here. So I'm sure this is supposed to be sort of a balcony, so that to me says that the floor should be on this level here. So if we just use the spruce planks again, I think that'll work out okay. And then of course it covers up these small ridges that we've got on the sides here. We've got a few overhangs like that one there, and then we can take our little tower down. And then once we have the floor in place, of course, this allows us to go out onto our little balcony here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where it's supposed to be. What do we have under here? Okay, yeah, we do. So I was going to make one change, but maybe... yeah, maybe we'll go ahead and do that. So of course this balcony is a little bit low. Of course, in real life you would easily fall off the edge here. So let's make a change. I'm gonna bring the slabs down like that, and then we're gonna pop a stair block in there. So when we come down, we've got this nice little area to go into here, and then we'll also change these as well. So pop in some. Okay, we're gonna have to go down below for this. Pop in some dark oak just there. And there and there. I think that'll work out a bit better. So that's where our floor is going to be. At the moment we don't have enough spruce to finish it off, but that's where it is going to be eventually. And we're just going to keep expanding on these chest areas here. So I'm going to build this one up, of course, to ceiling level, and then anywhere where we can fit one in that doesn't have a window, so maybe one right here by the chimney, we'll go ahead and install one. And then if there isn't enough room down here, of course, we can expand into the second floor. So I'm going to get back to work. Going to maybe change this one up a little bit, and then I'll bring you guys back in to show you what we come up with. Okay, you guys, so we actually made a bit of a mistake here. The floor is supposed to be on this level here, because that's the door to get out to the balcony. So we might have to make some changes, which means pulling all of this out. And I think instead of using the full blocks, I might use half slabs in this situation. Of course, they'll be upside down. They'll be on the top of the block rather than the bottom, which doesn't really make much difference to you guys. But I also made some changes over at our very first storage area here. So I added in a different wall texture behind, of course, and we've got a little bit on the side as well. I think this looks a lot better. So it's drawn out by one as well. It comes out a bit further in this direction. But yeah, so it's a definite improvement. So I'm going to add a few more of these when I can. And of course, I've got a whole ceiling to change now for our ground floor. So I'm going to pull this out very quickly, or as quick as possible, and then replace it with some slabs at the level that it is supposed to be at. Okay, you guys, so changes have been made to the ceiling, of course. We lowered it by a block, but, wow, I guess it's half a block, really, isn't it, that we've lowered it by. We've changed up the small storage system we've got down here as well. It's now only 4 chests high, which is unfortunate, but something we're going to have to live with. And I think I've also made the decision that we're going to focus more on chests on the second floor, because if we come up here, as you can see, it's just a wide open area, and I think this would be a lot more appropriate for masses and masses of chests. So we'll just leave that single chest stack that we've got down here, and maybe just try and decorate this to look more like a home on the first floor. So what I want to do is, I want to place down a bed so that we can sleep, and first of all, we are going to just use it to get the night out of the way, so that you guys don't have to listen to those annoying mobs outside, you know? We don't want that. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and should we use some dark oak here maybe? Like that possibly. And then we'll use some spruce. Then some slabs. Let me just craft up some more slabs. I'm actually trying to use dark oak here for this. Let's try that out instead. See what that's like. Just so that it contrasts a bit more with the floor. No, I think I'll stick with the spruce actually on second thoughts. So let's get some more spruce slabs. There we go. And I just want to bring this out like that, maybe. Or do we go out like that? Do we change something there as well, maybe? Trying to think what we could do here. Just to give it some detail, basically. Whoa. I haven't heard that noise in a long time. Let me just solve that quickly. There we go. Don't want that going on in the background, do we? So we've got that. How about if we actually do this instead? Use some... Oops, wrong way. Put some stairs in like that, just to sort of give like an indent around the bed. Really, I have no reason why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to detail it. As I said, we just want it to look as nice as possible, really. And then we'll change these up for logs, potentially. Let's go ahead and pop those in like that. And put the bed back down. It's looking kind of strange, isn't it? Because beds don't usually have a moat around them or anything like that. So we'll actually change this back to the way it was and try again, which there's no harm in doing, of course. Replace the floor with some spruce. Don't have a lot of room in our inventory either, which is kind of annoying. I'm actually going to use some of these guys, I think. Yeah, we'll use those instead, like that, maybe. Is that right? Yep, and then we'll go again with the stair in the middle, I think. So let's place the bed back down. Go again with the spruce stairs in the middle, like that. And then we will run some slabs again. So we'll take the slabs and run them like that. And then what if we do this? Nope, that looks silly. Okay, this is difficult. I might go ahead and do this off camera. See where we can get, and then bring you guys back in if I bring something together that's a bit more substantial than what we've got here at the moment. Alright then, you guys, welcome back to the video for the last time for today. Unfortunately, we're going to have to finish things up very soon because we're running out of time for this video, but this is what I came up with in terms of a bed design. I hope you guys like it. If you have any suggestions, then of course, do let me know. We could test this out, maybe, just to see what that's like. What's that like? No, I think I liked it the way it was, so we'll pull those back out and keep it in a fashion that we see fit. There we go. And I'll collect my slabs back up if I didn't already. So yeah, that's what we came up with for the bed. Of course, we've got ourselves a bit of a storage area here as well, at least a start of one anyway, that we can go ahead and put a few items in. And as I said, we will eventually branch out into the top of this place, into the second floor of this place, and that will be where the majority of our chests go. So for this first floor, the ground floor, the floor that we're on at the moment, we will of course add a few decorations in, a few more decorations in. We got ourselves a bed at the moment, might put some carpet down, that type of thing. And especially when the lanterns come out at 1.14, we'll definitely pop a few of those in here. I think that'll fit the theme perfectly. We might be able to build a little bit of furniture, maybe a few plant pots, that type of thing, just to give it a bit of atmosphere in here, basically. We don't want it to be an empty place, but so far, so good, I believe. So thank you very much for watching today, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed today's episode. I really am glad that we've got this done. As I said, kind of a painstaking process because the tutorial was a long one, and of course, you're cutting back and forward between that video and building, and also trying to record at the same time. It can take a lot of time to get things done, so I'm happy we've got this out of the way and built. It's a definite improvement on what we had here, so that's good. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below. That'll be much appreciated by myself, and it will help out the channel, so that would be great if you could do that. Also, if you're new around here and you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe. We're almost at 100, and I've got a bit of an idea of what I want to do for our 100, well, I guess it's going to be kind of a 100 subscriber special, but something I want to do when we do finally hit 100 subscribers in the world here, so that'll be nice if we can get that done shortly. And of course, as well, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything in general you want to say, pop that down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to come and watch my video. It's great to have you here. It's much appreciated by myself, and it's just nice to see you all come into my videos, liking them, commenting on them, that type of thing. It is really nice and really good for me because, of course, I started this channel out not really expecting much, and here we are almost at 100 subs, which I know isn't too much, but at the same time, it's a lot for me, and it's just weird to think that there's 95 people out there at the moment that have subscribed to my channel from anywhere in the world, really. I don't know where you guys are from, but it's awesome to think about that. So, yes, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, of course, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.